This here is me riding through the backcountry of Africa, trying to lock up the rear wheel to skid around the corner and realizing I forgot to turn off the ABS. And this is the result of that. And of course, on modern bikes like my T7 here, it's very easy to turn off the ABS. But as soon as you use the ignition kill switch or the ignition switch, the ABS is back on. And that's how this whole stupid situation occurred. I was riding through Tunisia for a documentation as a camera guy for some friends, and every time when we had to speak about the next shot we wanted to get, I turned off the engine or the ignition switch just to save the battery a little bit. At this particular point, I used the kill switch or the side stand, and I remember that we talked a little bit longer, so I turned off the ignition switch. And after we were done preparing the next shot or talking about the next shot, I turned on the ignition switch and forgot to turn off the ABS again. So the things came how they had to come. And so that doesn't happen again to me, I reached out to a company called LSK Electronics from Czech, which makes specific dongles just for the Ténéré 700 for the Transalp and the Africa Twin that are a plug-and-play solution to give you the memory function of the ABS so that you turn the bike off and on again and your ABS is still disabled. And we're going to put that in the bike quickly together because that's a plug-and-play solution that goes really quick. By the way, this is how the whole thing looks. You have a little 3D printed box where the whole electronics sit in and just two cables that you have to plug and play. It's like a splicing solution, so you're not going to damage any harness or wiring. That's a good thing. The installation guide is with pictures and diagrams and gives you 6 steps how to properly connect this thing. The funny thing is, the first and the last step are take off and put the seat back on. In between we have the second step, secure the dongle next to the battery, or if you have more space, put it somewhere there. The third step is locate the red 6-pin sealed connector of the Bluetooth unit and plug the dongle in between. The fourth step, arrange the wires. And the fifth step, try the proper function of the dongle. So people who have 2 left hands, no problem. You can probably manage to put that thing in. Like if you don't even know how a screwdriver works, you'll be able to do this. And we have a blinking indicator. And now we get to a really fun part because we don't even need this stupid wheel here on the side anymore that sometimes clogs up with dirt and isn't very tactile. That's why this is an even better solution. Turn it on. Now with a short press of the ABS button, the rear ABS is turned off, and with a 1-second push of the button, the complete ABS is turned off and turned on again. Rear ABS off, ABS off. The only thing that you cannot do with this is turn the ABS on and off while you're riding, because that's something, a safety measure that's programmed into the ECU of the bike that you can't override that easily. So you will still have to make a short stop. And it doesn't make a difference anymore if you turn the bike off and on again. The last chosen ABS mode is still going to stay. Alright, but let's talk about some legal stuff. First of all, I did not pay a cent for that thing. I reached out to the company after that happened to me and asked them to send it to me. So they sent it for free. With this, I must admit, really cool shirt. But after all, take my words with a grain of salt. As I said, I didn't pay a cent for it. Even though I'm not telling you it's the best thing in the world and just describing what it does and what it's meant for, you know what I mean. And second of all, this is, I know for a fact, not 100% legal in some countries. Where I live, it is, but it might get to technical difficulties with your insurance, so maybe you should check that first and just know the risk you're willing to take by using that. For example, in Germany, I know it's probably going to be a huge pain in the ass, So do it, leave it, or take it out while you're on the road. You know the game. That's just a short disclaimer, so I hope you liked the video, and if you don't, then just hit the thumbs down twice. See you next time.